So it seems that we are DC fans are racist. Racist. Can you? Why are they racist? I've not seen these comments, so the backlash against the young justice, but it's it's laughable. Now, as I say, I've not seen the comments, but in general, I can put it down to a nutshell. Now, have you seen my reaction to it? It was not one of, oh wow, Sapphire's a black girl or anything like that. No, it was just, right, is that where they're going? That's fine. Now that's majority of the people that have seen the trailer. You would probably get that as well if you had a pure white person, whiter than white or whatever, playing Starfire. You would get that. Why? Because fans want characters the colour that they are portrayed on in the comic books. Right? There would be an outcry, of course, to have a black Superman. Because it would be, it would have gone too far. Okay, all this stuff about society and whatnot doesn't, political correctness. Okay, that's the word I'm looking for. Political correctness. We need to have characters that at least somehow or another that very closely, like in the comic books. That's why Batman and Man of Steel were fantastic in the recent incarnations, because they looked like the comic books with the muscles and everything else and the armour and stuff like that. So they were portrayed really, really quite comic book very accurately they are. But we cannot, and I'm sure there's a lot of people of darker skin or different skin colour would agree with me here, and they've said it in the past. They cannot take colour away from a white man's hero. They cannot, it's not, and I don't mean a white man's hero, I mean everybody's hero, okay? The black people would want heroes, of course, from their own same colour, like Black Panther and Blade and Perfect, Mr. Terrific, sorry, I always call him Perfect. But what you want is you just want comic accuracy. You want to have you want to see this poor lassie, mind you, dressed up in the orange makeup all over her body. And you want to see that sort of swimsuit special. But again, we live in a world where, people are trying to push that it's not a sexist society, that men who are heroes dress and cover everything up while girls walk about half naked. You couldn't have that, so that of course needed to change. And it's good that programs, when they look for casts, you look at the Flash, for instance, okay, and his girlfriend, and how majority of the time now that they're black, and you get looked for Arrow with Mr. Diggle, who's basically a character created for the show. He's black. You always have the sort of, black partner or something like that, because we're trying to keep the equilibrium, and that is fine. But it comes a time when, especially, you look at Supergirl, right? Supergirl, the vintage's Brainiac. Now, when Brainiac is revealed, it's a sort of Brainiac 5 or whatever. It's the sort of blue-green skin that he's got, right? Bluish skin. And that's fine. But in order to save time, he portrays himself with the normal white skin. Would it be an upcry if the person was portrayed as black. No, it shouldn't be, because Brainiac should, again, Brainiac should be the blue colour. And when it's first introduced, so maybe it's his Starfire. Maybe she should come on the scene, and we shouldn't judge by the trailer, right? I was blown away by it, okay? We shouldn't judge. Maybe when Starfire presents herself, she should be of that colour, that orange colour, and then she decides to somehow, I don't know, put makeup on and become the woman that we see in the trailer. And you talk about the Martian, John Jones. Now, I'm sure in some character that he portrays as he's playing a detective as a white, but and it's in Smallville and the present Supergirl, when John Jones is a man in form, he is black. And who should care what sort of skin? Because he's an alien. He is an alien. But you're talking about budget as well. Maybe it's just too much to dress Tamarian. Well, I'm sure I'm not, probably thought that. And it's just too much in the budget to do all that stuff, and every scene she's got to have all that up. It's time consuming and everything else. So instead of that, instead of just a normal white person, then get a colour. But it shouldn't be, and that is what people are just angry about. Yes, they're angry about the colour of skin, but not because she's black. They would have the same argument if she was white. And that is what fans want. Fans are fans because they want their characters portrayed the way they see them in the comic books. Okay? And now we're getting, the other thing we're getting is, there's a lot of posts now saying, Zack Snyder's cut doesn't exist. How many times have we been hearing this? Okay, the Zack Snyder cut doesn't exist. And Henry Cavill's put his wee foot in. I've not bothered reading it. I don't get sucked in to this comic book biased sort of web pages. I just look at the title. So maybe I'm wrong, maybe I read it, but then I look at the tweets, especially from Jay Oliver, who again is debunking everything that these people have said. They shouldn't, honestly, all you executives out there, and Jay as well, don't even talk to these people. They are journalists or so-called journalists, and they'll turn it around and they'll twist it. Okay? The existence of the cut does exist. It was filmed. People on the set know that it was filmed. The only problem we have is what is going to be done with all that footage. Will we ever see it? Now, the biggest answer, and I've said this many times to his existence, is the Snyder cut with him and his thumb. And the fact that Snyder's came is in the vicinity of Comic-Con, he should realise, or if not, do these hosts, do these directors, do these stars, when they post these things, right, on Twitter or Vero, whatever, I've came off Vero, it's just not really a good audience thing. But do these people not know the impact they have with the pictures? Of course they must know. And I have said this from day one. Zack needs to, or somebody needs to come out and give an answer. They need to shut down all the conspiracy ideas or theories out there if they want to move forward. By Zack posting these images and pictures, he has now got to go to Warner Brothers and ask them if he can now announce it. I may be saying this and it may already be announced. So it's Friday I'm making this video. It's meant to be Friday night, maybe over here, or Saturday, when the big thing happens at Comic-Con. But this goes to show you the importance and how powerful just certain images can be when you when you post stuff like that, especially if there's a huge fan base that's following you. Zack, I hope you haven't damaged your reputation by posting these pictures, by giving people hope that they will see it sometime soon. I hope that's not the case. But have you been posting these pictures and either and say you've been told now that you're not allowed to release it or anytime soon, come out, say something. If it doesn't exist, if it really doesn't exist, you've got to come out and apologise. Say something. Otherwise, the future of the DC films will continuously be tarnished by these people. And for those people who are out there trying to quiet down all these other people that are wanting something good, that are wanting something that they believe they exist, that is almost like saying, you know, I don't care of your belief system. I don't believe in your faith system. Okay, I don't believe this man is guilty or innocent. That's how much you're trying to silence a mob that belief. Belief is a strong, powerful thing. And if they believe that, who are you to take that away? The only people that can take that away or silence it is coming from the source itself, from the horse's mouth. And that is the only people that we're interested in. People around Zack have been confirming that it was shot, that it was filmed. Now, for Zack, who's meant to be working on another movie, to have a holiday close to Comic-Con and post that, are we putting too much thought behind the idea that he's in the vicinity of Comic-Con at this time? Are we blinded that we believe he wouldn't post anything? I mean, he wouldn't post something for no reason at all? Has he made a slip up by giving people false hope by posting pictures of his holiday? Basically, there's a lot of famous people who should not be on the internet, who shouldn't tweet. President Trump, for one, you know, but who shouldn't post most of their lives, especially if you've got millions of followers. If you have billions of followers or whatever, then you have to make sure every bit that you post on that doesn't have some sort of, can't come back and bite you in the ass, basically. You know, cannot bite you in the ass. Fans that have supported these movies need answers at Comic-Con. And if they don't get answers at Comic-Con, it's bad. It really is bad. And lots of hearts will be broken, lots of time will be broken, and the war will carry on. So let's stop the war and let's hope for some answers. And for those people who are against the Zack Snyder or don't believe its existence, have a bit of heart and stop putting the other faith down. That's troubling times we live in for DC fans. We're either racist or we're somehow connected to Star Wars fans who under the idea that The Last Jedi can be remade. We're not asking it for it to be remade. We know that it's already there. We are not racist because we just want something to mirror what we read in comics. And this is, sadly, this is what happens to fans with heart, with passion. You know, we get misinterpreted. People that produce our stuff, our movies, may get misinterpreted. Or people just don't realise the power of the DC fan base. the power of its followers. So anyway, that's my idea. Well, my advice for all those people that are trying to call you racist or numbskulls for believing in the Snyder Cut, don't even reply to those comments, because the sensible ones already know what is meant. Thank you.